Dear student, welcome to you all in English class. Students, today we will do an activity which is correlated to our next grammar topic. So students, see this activity very carefully, observe it very carefully. Okay? Students, this is desktop, okay? And this is CPU, monitor, and this is keyboard. So students, this CPU is a complete machine. It can function itself. So we can call it independent. Okay, students? So now this monitor. Students, monitor cannot function itself. Okay? It always depend on the CPU for doing function. Okay? But this monitor require one connector. Without connector, it cannot function. So this connector, with the help of this connector, we can connect it with this CPU. When we connect it, then and there this both CPU and monitor can function together properly. So I hope student you understood. This CPU is an independent machine and this monitor is a dependent. Okay, and for complete its function or to perform its function, it is completely depend on this connector. Okay, students. So we can call it independent CPU and monitor can be called as a dependent. And this cable which connect this CPU and monitor, that is a connector. Okay. So students, in grammar also complex sentence. In complex sentence also this two part of sentence, and for joining this two part we need one connector. When the connector connect both part of sentence, then and there that sentence can give complete sense. So in next we will study the next part of the sentence. Hello dear student, welcome to you all in English class. Today we are going to learn a new chapter grammar, that is clauses. So dear student, clauses is just like a sentence, as a simple sentence having one subject and predicate and having a complete sense. The same way, the clauses is not different from sentence. Clauses is also a kind of sentence which has one subject and predicate and had complete sense. Okay. So, student, before starting clauses, we should study stepwise. So, first step of clauses, the small step or the small unit of the clause is first is word. First we start with word. Okay, student, word, as you know, the group of letter is called a word. So first we can take any word. Suppose we take a word of playground. Okay, we take one simple word, that is playground. It is a word. It's a group of letter. So we call it and having one particular meaning. So we can call it as word. Okay. So the next step after word, that is phrase. Phrase. So this word can be converted into the phrase, just as on the playground. Okay, it's a phrase. As you know, the definition of phrase is a group of words, but don't have subject, and predicate. It's only the group of words. Okay. So on the playground, it's a phrase. Okay. We make this phrase with the help of one simple word, that is playground. So it's a next step. Now after phrase, the next step is sentence. So on the playground, it's a phrase. We can use it into a sentence like that. Children are playing on the playground. Okay. In this sentence, children is subject. Okay, and are playing on the playground. It's a predicate. Okay, it's a simple sentence having one subject and predicate. So this sentence, it's sentence because it's the children is subject and are playing on the ground. Playground is the predicate. You can call it sentence. The same way, the same definition as the definition of a sentence, the same definition of clause is also a sentence which has subject and predicate and complete sense. That is known as the sentence as well as the clause. Okay. So now one more example we are taking. Just as now it's simple sentence. Now one more sentence I wrote here. I know that the children are playing a match on the playground. Okay. This sentence, this sentence is complex sentence. It's a simple sentence. It's a complex sentence. Why? Because here that we use as a connector, and here I know it's another sentence, and then that the children are playing a match on the playground. This is the another sentence. So it's a complex sentence. So in complex sentence there are two clauses. One I know, and that the children are playing a match on the playground. Because one connector we use here and we make it as a complex sentence. So now student, we will study how what is the main clause and what is the subordinate clause. Okay. So now clauses. So there are two clauses. One is main clause, second is subordinate clause. Okay, this main clause can be called this main clause can be called as principal clause or independent. Okay, and subordinate clause and dependent clause. So here we can classify or identify the clause here. Okay, just as I know that the children are playing a match on the playground. So main clause means the part of the sentence which can complete its sense itself individually. It never depend on other part of the sentence for completing its meaning. So for example, here I know it's a complete sentence. It's a complete sense. Okay. I know without this part of the sentence it can complete its meaning. I know. Okay. But the rest of the part that the children are playing a match on the playground. That the children, these three children. Okay. So this part cannot complete its meaning without the help of this part. Okay. So the part of the complex sentence which can complete its meaning itself individually, independently. That part is called as a main clause. So I know this is the main clause of the sentence, and that the children are playing a match on the playground. These are called the subordinate clause. These are called subordinate clause. Okay. So one more example I'll give you. Second, I went to market because I wanted to buy a dress. Okay. Then third example, I saw a girl who was dancing. Okay. In this three example, second example, I went to market because I wanted to buy a dress. Here, this is also we use here connected because it's a complex sentence, and here in this sentence also two clauses. So, which is the main clause or principal clause, and which is the subordinate clause. So, dear student, as you know that I went to market. I told you that in the part of the sentence which complete its meaning itself, that is called principal clause or main clause, and the part of the sentence which depend on another part of the sentence for completing its meaning, that part is known as dependent clause or subordinate clause. So here, because I wanted to buy a dress, this sentence is not means this sentence meaning is not completed itself. This part is depend on I went to market this part for completing the meaning. So I went to market. It's a complete sentence. This part of the sentence having no need to depend on other part for completing the sentence. That's why I went to market. That's the main clause. Okay. And because I wanted to buy a dress, this part of the sentence is known as the subordinate clause. Okay. Now, third example, I saw a girl who was dancing. So here, who connector and I saw a girl. It's a main clause. Why it is main clause? Because its meaning is complete. I saw a girl. Its meaning is complete. Who was dancing? Who was dancing? It's not a means interrogative sentence. You will stop it there. That's why. Who was dancing? It's the sentence is incomplete. Means its sense is incomplete. It requires the help of this main clause to complete its sense. So who was dancing? It's incomplete. It means that it's a subordinate clause. Okay. So now it's complete. I saw a girl who was dancing. So I saw a girl. It's the main clause of the sentence, and who was dancing is the subordinate clause. So dear student, I hope you understood which part of the in complex sentence, which part is main clause and which part is subordinate clause. Main clause, that part which completes its meaning itself, it's not depend on other part, and that subordinate clause, it depend on main clause to complete its meaning. So subordinate the main clause and subordinate clause. So hope student you understood which part of main clause of a complex sentence and which part is the subordinate clause. So students, now in this story, all are complex sentences. We will find out, identify the main clause and subordinate clause. The questions: identify the main clause and subordinate clause. So, student, as I told you, what is the identification of main clause and subordinate clause? Main clause independently complete its meaning, and subordinate clause the part of the sentence which depend on main clause to complete its meaning. Okay. So now the short story is there. So long ago, I saw a monkey who was trying to climb a pole. Okay. In this sentence, who connected? Okay. So complex sentence. Complex sentence. So I saw a monkey. Okay. This part, it's a main clause because it completes its meaning. Okay. Who was trying to climb a pole? This subordinate clause because who was trying to climb a pole, it cannot complete the meaning. Who is means no, we don't know who. So when we add I saw monkey, then in there this part of the sentence can complete its meaning. So who was trying to climb climb a pole? This part of sentence is known as the subordinate clause. Okay, student, got it? Okay. Now second sentence of the story. It was unable to climb because the pole was hot. Okay. So second sentence, it was unable to climb because it's again connected. So because the pole was hot, it's not complete sentence, but it was unable to climb. It's a complete. So it was unable to climb. It's a main clause, and because the pole was hot, it's a subordinate clause. Okay. So third sentence, that day sun was shining very hot or very brightly, which made the pole very hot. That day sun was shining very brightly. Sun was shining very brightly, then which the connector, which made the pole very hot. Which made the pole very hot is incomplete. It's dependent sentence, and but that day sun was very bright. The sun was shining very brightly. It's a complete sentence. So it's a main clause, and which made the pole very hot. It's a subordinate clause, or we can call it dependent clause, and main clause we can call it principal clause. Now next sentence, I felt pity. Therefore, I thought of helping the monkey. Okay? I felt pity. Therefore again connected. So, therefore I thought helping the monkey. But I felt pity. I felt pity. It's a principal clause, or we can call it main clause. Okay, main clause. Therefore, I thought of helping the monkey. Therefore, I thought of helping the monkey. In complete sense, without without the main clause, without the principal clause. So that's why it's a subordinate clause. Now next sentence, I need that I need that water to make the pool cool, so I sprinkled some cold water on the pool. So I need, again it's a main clause or principal clause, and rest part of the sentence, this is subordinate. This is subordinate clause. So I hope you understood how to identify the subordinate clause and that main clause. Okay. So in this story, we identify or classify the main clause and the subordinate clause. Student, welcome to your English class. Students, today we will do an activity for making the complex sentences. So students, there are some flashcards. They all are in jumbled form. With the help of this jumbled cards, we will make one complex sentence, meaningful complex sentence. So for making or arranging this complex sentence, I would like to call Minu ma'am. Minu ma'am will arrange these cards and make a meaningful sentence, a complex sentence.
Hello friends, so here I am for making a complex sentence. So shall we start? Let me choose the first word. I'm taking sir. I won't play. I won't play. And my last is if it rains. Children, is it a complex sentence, correct? I won't play if it rains. Here this word if is working as a conjunction, as a connector, which is connecting these two sentences. I won't play, it rains. These two sentences are connected with if. Am I right, sir?
Yes, ma'am. And student, in last one story, I told you how to identify the main clause and subordinate clause. So student, in this sentence, I won't play. It's a main clause because it can complete its meaning itself, and then if it rains, it's a subordinate clause because it depends on main clause for completing its meaning. So student, I hope you understood the I won't play, it's a main clause, and if it rains, it's a dependent clause or subordinate clause. So students, we'll arrange another sentence, second sentence.
For
So,
making
madam,
a second sentence, I choose word I dreamt. And now you can imagine what I am going to use after I dreamt. I dreamt that. I dreamt that I lived in a marble. I dreamt that I lived in a marble hall. So here, this is a complex sentence. I dreamt that I lived in a marble hall. And here, that word is working as a conjunction which is connecting these two sentences and making it a complex sentence. Am I correct, sir?
yes, ma'am. So student, I dreamt, it's a main clause in this sentence, and that I lived in a marble hall, that's a subordinate clause. So I dreamt, it's a principal clause, and that I lived in a marble hall, it's a subordinate clause. So students, get ready for third example.
Now the next one. I choose first subject and main verb. He worked. He worked. Now as if. He worked as if he was in a hurry. So what is the sentence? He worked as if he was in a hurry. And here, children, which word is being used as a conjunction? That is as if. It is used as a connector which is connecting these two sentences. So, it is a complex sentence.
So student, again here, he worked, it's a principal clause, and as if he was in a hurry, it's a subordinate clause. So student, because this he worked, it's a complete sentence and it completes meaning, but as if he was in a hurry, it's depend on main clause to complete its meaning. So student, this third example word. Now get ready for the fourth example. Madam is going to arrange fourth example.
So for making this fourth example, I take the subject she, then the main verb believes in, she believes in, then I am taking this word whatever, she believes in whatever you will say. So I am making a complex sentence. She believes in whatever you will say. So here, children, which word is making it a complex? Here, whatever. Whatever word is used as a conjunction, as a connector, which is connecting these two simple sentences. She believes in, you will say. So she believes in whatever you will say. That is a complex sentence.
So student, again in this complex sentence there are two clauses. One is main clause and one is subordinate clause. So she believes in, it's a main clause because it completes its meaning, and then after connector whatever you will say, it's a subordinate clause because whatever you will say, it's an incomplete sentence. So it depends on the main clause, then and there they both together can complete their meaning. So that's why this she believes that whatever you will say, this is a complete sentence, and she believes that it's a main clause, and whatever you will say, that is the subordinate clause. So students, I hope you understood the complex sentence, connector, use of connector, and the difference between the main clause and subordinate.